everybody, it's Hippadippin, and today I'm going to be showing you how to run a competitive Crobat. Crobat has several options going for him, really. He's got a pretty good HP stat. I mean, it's alright. His speed is out of this world. It rivals some of the Mega Evolutions, but yeah, his speed's insane, so that's something you could work with. His attack stat is also pretty high with a 90, so that's pretty good. And like I mentioned before, his HP is a little higher than some of the other Pokemon, like 65, 60, 78. I mean, that's just some examples, but I mean, you know, you can run him in a good amount of ways. And so what we want to go ahead and do is get right into it. So for his item, he has several options. What you can go ahead and do is, what I like to do is give him some Black Sludge. And that's going to restore his HP a little each turn, and it's about the same as Leftovers, so if you're looking for another Pokemon to heal up, whoa. No I don't, thank you. But if you're looking for another Pokemon to have a sort of Leftovers-like item, give it Black Sludge if it's a Poison type. I mean, it works exactly the same. And if somebody tries to trick you, they're going to be losing HP as they switch the item, so you know, that's kind of cool. But another item would be a Choice Band. Whoops, I spelled choice wrong. And so what that's going to do is go ahead and boost your attack by 1.5, and it's going to lock into move. But really, Crobat's so fast, you can go ahead and U-turn out if need be, or do whatever you need to do quickly and hit extremely hard. So that's kind of cool. But what I like to run is Black Sludge. That just gives me a little more freedom to go for what I want. And the problem with me is I tend to run a lot of choice Pokemon. No, I do not. And what I like to do is run a lot of Pokemon with a choice item. I remember one team, I had 3 Pokemon with choice items, and that's a mistake. If you're having 3 Pokemon or more on a team with choice items, you're doing something wrong. But you know, that's just an example. But I'm starting to like some of the freedom that the different items give, and you know, you can boost your Pokemon through moves or whatever. So really, you don't have to run a choice item if you don't need it, you know. But anyway, so for his ability, he has 2 pretty good abilities, and the first one would be Inner Focus. The Pokemon cannot be made to flinch. That's pretty cool. But his other ability is much better, Infiltrator. This Pokemon moves, ignore the move Substitute, Reflect, Light Screen, and Safeguard. So that is incredible. No matter what they do, you can go ahead and break through it. So for example, if a Pokemon had a Substitute up, that is good for them, but not if you bring out Crobat and it has Infiltrator. So that's kind of, you know, I've been in situations before where Pokemon would just set up a Substitute and they'd be extremely bulky, and they just start setting up Calm Minds or Bulk Ups or Curses or whatever, and then they'd be able to totally destroy my team. And you know what, I'm not a fan of that, really. So what you can go ahead and do is give them Infiltrator, and that is going to break through the opponent's Substitute and injure them directly, so that's great. One example I ran into recently was a Gyarados, and I let him get up, I think it was like 4 Dragon Dances, and at that point I was done. You know, I'm not the person to quit, so I just kind of endured it, and he just destroyed my whole team. And you know what? I deserve to lose, because if I let somebody go ahead and set up 4 Dragon Dances, that is not a good thing. So you know what? I deserve to lose that one. But anyway, for his moves, he has several options here. Main one you probably want to go ahead and use is Brave Bird. Pretty darn strong move, and so, you know, by all means, you can go ahead and also run Roost if you like. But yeah, usually I do run Roost on a Crobat. but he also has Cross Poison, which is a pretty high critical hit ratio and 10% chance of poison, so that is great, and that's what I like to run on him. Another option, or another move to go ahead and run, would be U-Turn. And that's a pretty good Crobat set, but sometimes I like to run stuff a little differently. So, for example, if I got rid of Roost, for example, I could run Confuse Ray and confuse the target. That's a good, really good status condition. I could keep Cross Poisoned. Usually I always like to keep Brave Bird and Cross Poison, so, you know, whatever. But you could also run Toxic, and Toxic would be amazing on a like, I've noticed on my teams, I need Toxic coverage. I've just run into so many Pokemon that I could have ended with a Toxic, but you know, life goes on. You could also run Super Fang, if I can remember where it is. Okay. That is incredible. A really good move. Cuts the foe immediately down to half of their current HP. That is insane. So, for example, if you're running up against, I don't know, like say a Metagross, like what are you going to do to a Metagross? Nothing. But if you were running Super Fang, you can go ahead and cut it right in half. And really, all of this depends on, you know, what your team needs, for example. So, it is what it is. You could also run Taunt or Torment. I mean, he's got so many options. You can even run Zen Headbutt. Now, I don't know if I'd go with that, but it's options, man. You got so many. Haze, that's good. He does not have Defog, so that's unfortunate. But you know, entry hatches are a thing to consider when running Crobat. So, I mean, you know, it is what it is. But let's wrap up his moves. I'm going to go ahead and return and give him Roost. And for his stats here, we are going to ignore this. What we want to go ahead and do is boost his attack all the way, and then his speed all of the way. And what we want to do is go ahead and outspeed every living possible thing that is not a Mega Alakazam or Mega Aerodactyl. So that's going to put him huge advantage, and the last 4 just throw an HP or something. It doesn't really matter. I haven't had a whole lot of circumstances where I've lived with 1 HP, but it has happened, and I am thankful for that 1 point in HP. So it is what it is. But you know, it's pretty great. Oh yeah, we want to subtract special attack. And that's going to put his speed at a very high 394. That's going to be putting you in the same range as Jolteon and Pokemon like that with base 130 speed. But, you know, he's extremely fast, he's agile, it's pretty damn awesome. He's versatile, very versatile. And I'm going to be running him a little bit more. In fact, I just made a team with a Crobat on it, and you know what, it's working out pretty darn well. And I'm going to go ahead and stick with it. But I'm Hippodippin. If you like the content and want to see more Pokemon competitive analysis, please leave a comment or give a suggestion about a future Pokemon to do. If not, I'm just going to go ahead and pick random ones, you know, that are kind of cool. I like Crobat. And yeah, if you like the content, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Thanks. Bye.